Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
The news in the upcoming week. Just today, we had non-farm payroll for the U.S. as well as a speech this morning. I went ahead and paused for both USD and CAD, and everything is running as normal right now. Next week, it looks like we only have 3 major events occurring on Wednesday the 9th and Thursday the 10th. We have the Bank of Canada is releasing some information. The rate statement is going to be the one to look out for. The press conference may or may not happen on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we have a monetary statement and a press conference from the European Central Bank. And in the US, we have a monthly price index. Yep. What else? What was the second one here? And then the core price index, which is going to be retail, I believe, or I'm sorry, I think it's going to be vehicles. What is this? See here. This is just goods and services. Okay. So there's really only 3 events I'm going to be looking at for. I'll be pausing Euro and USD on Thursday morning, and then the CAD on Wednesday morning. And I'll be running everything every other day of the week. So everything will run on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Let's take a look at last week's performance. Only 3 news events. That's nice. So last week on the small account, on the 3K account, I think we did pretty good. Yeah, we did just over 1%. That's looking great. We'll be hitting the 30% gain mark in no time at all, in maybe a month or 2. Super happy with that. 5K account, we had a loss in the last week. You can see that plonked down here. We had NZD CAD trades and AUD CAD trades opened up. I had a stop loss set from the previous week. Unfortunately, that stop loss got triggered. We got wicked out, as it were. Price came down in a nice long wick and touched our stop loss, closing out of several trades at a loss. So that is unfortunate. However, if I look at the actual performance of every other pair on here, you can see NZD CAD down $1,600, or sorry, $1,100, which I believe was 14% of the count, and then NZD CAD down $389, which I believe is just like 5% of the account, roughly. So we took in total a 23% loss, right? 39 doesn't. We didn't take a 39% loss. It's not true. What? I have the account open on a VPS. I'll take a look at that in a moment. This is just inaccurate. We're not at -0. I started this account with $5,000 and we're up $5,000. We're up $300 right now. This account is still at a gain. I'm not sure why it says it's negative. Maybe that's just the change. Yeah, it says the growth is minus 1.6%. That's not true. We're up $300. I don't know. Maybe my FX book has a different method for calculation. Like, this is true. We're up 7% on this account. I have no idea what that is. In any case, I'm still just going to run this account as normal. I have adjusted settings for AUD CAD and NZD CAD. You've seen me do this in the last several weeks, and I'm running those settings still because as far as historical testing goes, those pairs are fine and profitable. So I'm going to continue to run those pairs. Not really a reason to let a single loss prevent me from trading profitable pairs. So I'm just going to continue running my strategy. On the Bitcoin account, we're doing fantastic. You can see equity is trailing behind the balance. We made profits in the last week. If I look at the last week here, We did just over 1% gain. Really good stuff. And of course, we're in some drawdown right now. I think it peaked at 9% due to odd CAD. And I have that set to a 10 or 15% limit, I believe. I'll take a look at that account and show you exactly how I have it set up. And I have a custom target profit set on odd CAD right now, which is in drawdown, to attempt to recover that entire loss that we had on my 5K account, which would be around $1,600 total. And when that does occur, I will simply withdraw from this account and move it over into the 5K account, or maybe I'll just leave it in this account. I'm not really sure the best way of doing that. But I have a custom target set so we can recoup that entire loss. And that is a benefit of running multiple accounts. So last week, good stuff. Overall, this account has been doing phenomenally. And we've done over 15% profits on a Bitcoin account, which is a total gain of 47,000 bits or 0.04 Bitcoin. The mixed account is doing really, really, really great. Very stable. We had a peak drawdown of 3.4% rolling into the next day, and a peak drawdown on the hour candle of 8.5%. Last week was another stellar week. Look at that, 2.6% in a week. How awesome is that? And you know what? I think I'm going to take this opportunity to change over my 5K account to mimic this Bitcoin account, because it's quite apparent to me that adding in my own manual technical analysis is, well, it's really only beneficial. The drawdown's very low. The gains are slightly better. So I'm thinking it might be best to simply transfer over the strategy that I'm using on this account for my 5K account. Or better yet, I'll just open up another account and I'll have two manual accounts, or two accounts that have a little bit of technical analysis involved. But overall, this account's doing very well. Very low drawdown for this week, 3.4% max. And here is the chart of the overall performance again. Look at that, nice consistent gains. Really, really, really great stuff here. So that is the four major accounts. If I just go to the portfolio here, you can see we had two accounts have a stop loss triggered. On the 3K account, we had two pairs trigger it, and on the 5K account, we had two pairs trigger it as well. 3K account is positive, up 12%. The 5K account, which I just showed you, is still up 7%. So in all, across all four accounts, we're up 35%. And I'm pretty content with that. We've already beat most mutual funds, which only did like 15% in the last year. And we are just entering June right now. So we are doing over double what a typical investment would be doing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accounts. This is my $3,000 account. I'm running AUD NZD, Euro GBP, and GBP USD. The only account in drawdown right now is AUD NZD. We're in 1.4% drawdown, less than $50. Really not concerned about this at all. I mean, just looking at this chart, price just came up to this level of major support and resistance. A lot of indecision here. We'll have these 5 trades closed out by next week. I'm sure of that. Euro GBP and GBP USD just running as normal. Have never had a problem with either of those pairs, other than Euro GBP sometimes moving quickly. As if I scroll back, you can see that jump there. And yeah, 3K account is doing very well. Here is the 5K account. Same situation with AUD NZD. We have a few trades opened up, and I'm confident that this will not affect the account negatively, considering that we have 5 trades opened up and it's only costing us $44 because AUD NZD does not move very quickly, and this pip value is very small. In fact, it's placing a trade every 27 pips because this account, that pair moves so slowly. The other pairs on this account, GBP USD, GBP NZD, CAD CHF, Euro GBP, NZD CAD, and AUD CAD, are all running as normal right now. I have all the settings shared at the end of this at the end of this recording, as well as a Google Drive where you can see screenshots of every single setting exactly as I have it laid out here. I simply go through all my accounts, take a screenshot, and drop it in a Google Drive, which is shared in the VeriBull Telegram channel. So yeah, this account did take a hit. It's okay. It's still net positive, and these two pairs are going to be opening up trades every 60 pips, which is quite a bit of leeway. And I'm actually going to go in here and reset my drawdown limit to 15% on both of these. There we go. Perfect. I'll just go ahead and zoom out one time. There we go. And then everything else here is running near default settings, excluding maybe the trade interval. I have tweaked manually. And of course, I share those after the call where you can see them in a visual way or in a written manner. Let's look at the big account here. This is the Bitcoin account. You can see I have odd CAD trades are still opened up. Every other pair you see here, I'm not going to talk through every single one of them because that would just be a lot of letters to read out. It'd be kind of a meaningless sentence. But every other pair is trading completely normally. We have very manageable drawdown on this account. In fact, I believe this is in 5.8% drawdown right now. And I'm looking at the weekly. I can see that this level that I talked about on the last call is definitely being respected, which is good. It's only unfortunate that I may have placed my drawdown limit a little bit too close on the other account, and this wick that came down, this wick right here, may have come down just a little bit too far on that account and caused those trades to close out. So yeah, I see this reversing pretty quickly now. And you can see this green line up here represents my take profit. And this would be plus 45,000 bits. And that represents about 12%, 13% of this account. And that would equal approximately $1,600 in profit. That is a little bit of an aggressive target. I mean, it would require a move from where we currently are up nearly 527 pips. And since this move occurred over the course of 13 weeks, we might be holding this for a little, for quite some time. Maybe I'll set that a little bit lower. I'm going to analyze this chart on a week-by-week basis here. In fact, if I put this on the daily, then you can see that that is quite a high goal here. It's going to take multiple weeks in order to reach that goal. And when we do, well, then that'll be it, I guess. That will completely recover the loss on a different account. So I'll leave that account as is. I'll leave it in the stopped mode here. And we will still have 11 other pairs trading and grinding out profits. And yeah, this account is doing pretty darn well, if I do say so myself. Low drawdown, plus 15% gains. And we have so many pairs running that we can get away with having odd CAD locked up in some trades, and it really isn't costing us any margin at all either. All right, on the TA account, or the mixed account here, let me go ahead and quickly breeze through. Hey, look at that moving average on the weekly on OddCAD. Wow. Let me breeze through the daily charts here for the pairs that I am trading and see if I need to change any settings. And because this account is doing so well, I think what I'm going to do in the next software update, version 2.03, because I already have 2.01 and 2.02 planned. By the way, 2.01 should be coming out next week. I only just entered the testing phase yesterday. Sorry about that. I couldn't get out that update any sooner. And next week, 2.01 will be coming out, which fixes some graphical stuff and also makes VeriBull FIFO compliant. I wanted to put it out today. just didn't end up working out that way. So I'll be adding those 2 tweaks, and then 2.02, I'll be having automatic pausing and for the news. That one's going to take a little bit of time, but that is something that I really, really, really want to work on and do well and make sure it happens. Been talking about that for a little while here, and I think it's time for it to come out. So 2.03, I would like to take my strategy that I'm using to run this account and simply automate it because it's working quite well. And that would include having different long or short positions enabled and disabled automatically, and have the anticipated market type be set from sideways to trending automatically. And that is all I'm doing when I'm combining my technical analysis with settings for this account. So on AUD USD, let's take a look. Well, it looks like, let's see here. Looks like price is just moving sideways now. It's been in this channel, yeah, right about here, with one small breakout for a little bit of time now. And I think I would still, I think it's indeterminate at this point if I would like to go long or short. Moving averages are definitely telling me that long-term price is moving upwards until we see a breakout in one direction or the other. So I think I'm going to leave this on long, and it looks like I should leave this on trending as well. So this is set to sideways right now. And yeah, I think I'm going to change this to trending because that is what the indicators in the bottom are telling me. This is the market meanness indicator, and this is the fractal dimension indicator, FD for short. They're both, well, So this is a little bit of a problem here. The market meanness indicator is telling me that the last, how many, 300 days? The last 300 bars here, 300 days, are indicating a trend, and that price tends to follow a direction, which is quite obvious from here. And the fractal dimension indicator is telling me the opposite. The value would be around 2 if a trend was very strong, and closer to 1 or less than 1 if price was simply bouncing back and forth. So this is telling me that that price is moving sideways, and this one's telling me that it's moving in a trend. The white line here is the average. So if I just go ahead and hide that, the smooth one, there we go, you can see that the raw value is creeping up closer to that threshold into sideways territory. So I think I still want to go long. I'm going to leave it at long, and I'm going to leave this at sideways. So I'm actually not going to change anything on this one. Sorry about that. Could have said that from the beginning. Let's take a look at Euro USD. Euro USD, very close to sideways here. This one is indicating sideways. In fact, if I just draw a line here, set that in the middle at 1.5, make it easier for us to see. Oops. There we go. Style. Can I make that white and maybe make it a little thinner? There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm seeing that price is considered sideways by these two indicators, and we are in an uptrend. So I'm going to go in here sideways. Only want to take long positions. Perfect. We don't need to change Euro USD. Let's take a look at USD CAD. Same thing here. And I have this massive box drawn because price is entering a level here. And as you can see, It's slowing down greatly. I think I drew this last week. And if you look at, yeah, look at that. I drew this last week. So that would be on, what day would that be? The 28th of May, 5/28. So right around here. Oops. So right here, I drew this area, and it looks like price has still not broken down out of it. That is definitely something to consider here. In all, it looks like we still want to be shorting. Moving averages are indicating to me that a downtrend is going to be happening and that price is moving sideways. So I'm going to go ahead and there we go. Short positions are enabled. Market type is sideways. I'm going to leave this as is, and I will pay close attention to USD CAD. Next week, I'll just check it on my phone every now and then, maybe at the start of the day, to see if there is a breakout upwards, since price is in this area with very, very high volume. And I can tell that it's in a place of high volume by looking at the right side here. This indicator on the right is the volume profiles. And there is a large cluster right here. Yeah, right here. And that cluster there is showing me that there's a large number of stop loss, take profit, and limit orders placed here. So we might see a reversion sometime soon. I'll keep an eye on it, but for now, the settings aren't going to change. AUD NZD, I have it set to long and short positions enabled, and the market type is trending. See if that is all true. Excuse me. Let's see here. So market type is trending. It's above 1.5. It's in the trending zone on the MMI. And it's indeterminate because price is just oscillating around these moving averages. So I think I'm going to leave these settings. We don't know if it's going to go long or short long term. And the current market state is trending. So I'm going to leave that as is. And finally, GBP USD. So long-term trend upwards. So we want to buy. And it looks like the market is considered sideways by the fractal dimension, and it is considered trending by the market meanness indicator, which tends to be slower but more accurate. Fractal dimension tends to be more responsive but less accurate. So it's kind of a toss-up on which one I'm going to be using here. I can see this is coming down, and this looks like it's creeping upwards towards this region here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and convert this just sideways, because it looks like it might be going that way, but it's hard to say. And that is the only change I will be making. Okay, that is all 4 of my accounts. As a recap, 3K count doing fine. We're up approximately 12%, I believe. 3K count, yeah, we're up 12%. 5K account took a loss this week, and we are still up 7.45% on that account after the loss. My Bitcoin account, which is 0.3 Bitcoin, or 300,000 bits, we're up 15.7%. And on the mixed account, we are already up almost 20% in no time at all, considering I launched this account. Actually, when did I launch that account? Let's take a look at it. I launched this account on April 13th, May 13th. Next week is going to be June 11th. So next week will mark, what is that, 2 whole months of runtime? Yes. So we've run this for a total of 7 weeks, just under 7 weeks. And we've already done 19.7%. Actually, let's see what that is. So 19.77%. We've been doing almost 3% every week. Man, I'm so excited. I really want to take the indicators that I showed you that I'm using here and wrap them into a future version of VeriBull, So the trending mode, in fact, what I'll do here is I'll change it so the anticipated market type has a new setting called auto. And I think I'll make that the default, the new default. And I'll have long positions and short positions also with auto. And if you set all of these to auto, then it should, my intention is to make it trade just like I'm managing this account using those indicators in TradingView. It won't be perfect because, of course, you watched me on GBP USD, I believe. You watched me kind of make a decision here that ignored one of these indicators, right? So there is still a human element to it that I won't really be able to integrate into the robot, but I'll just try and make it as close as possible. All right, let me pop open the Q&A and I will answer your questions right now, and then I will make a post in the VeriBull Telegram channel, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Let's see here. Paolo asks, hey, Dasan. Hi, Dasan. Today I was wondering if instead of pause all charts, I can put the VPS auto trading to off. Is it the same? It's not the same. If you turn auto trading off, then VeriBull can't actually close out of any trades if you have those trades go into profits. So when you turn auto trading off, that means MetaTrader does not allow an expert advisor, which is what VeriBull is, to touch the trades at all. It can't open them, it can't close them, it can't even look at information about the trades. It can't see when they were opened or how many lots they were, or what the open price was. So if you turn off auto trading, VeriBull is essentially blind to the trades it currently has. It can't do anything. When you click pause, it's still able to open and close trades, and it will not open any trades after it closes them in profit. So I would recommend, it sounds to me that you just don't want any new trades to open up at all. Instead of clicking pause, just go ahead and click the stop button, and that'll just stop any new trades from opening up for today, if that is what you're looking to do. When you click auto trading, then VeriBull can't manage trades at all. If you click stop, it won't open new trades, but it will close them if they go into profit. All right. I don't have the chat open here. There we go. So that is my management for my technical analysis. Excuse me, my mixed account, which is doing pretty good. And yeah, if there's any questions at all, go ahead and use the Q&A system or the chat. And otherwise, I will be ending this call in just a moment here. Again, if you didn't catch me just a few minutes ago, there will be a new version coming out next Friday, and I'm planning an additional update after that, which will include automatically pausing for the news, and then a follow-up update after that that will make some of the settings more automated, so you can get a similar strategy and performance to this account that I'm showing you on screen right now. So yeah, if there's any questions, put them in the chat. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining, and have a happy weekend and happy trading in the following week. Make sure you log into your VPS and pause for these news events. I'll be sharing them next week. In fact, I think I might just take a screenshot of this and share that instead of having to type it all up, so it's a lot easier to read. All right, seems to be it. I'm going to end this call. Take it easy, everyone.